I live in Royal City right now, but I moved to Royal City in the middle of my sophomore year, and I came from Pateros. It's a small little town up north, which is Wumby, so it's the smallest you can get. So it was a big change coming to a different school. It was a lot bigger. My problem with the fear of football didn't come till I was a sophomore. It was about the third game of our season, and one of our outside linebackers, he chased some guy down on my side. Like I was on the field, I was playing cornerback, and I dropped down to cover some guy, and he just blocked me straight up. And the outside linebacker chased the quarterback, and when they met at the right about the end zone, around the 5-yard line, somewhere around there, they both put their shoulders down, and the quarterback was a little bigger than the outside linebacker, so he just blew him up, and he flew back like 6-7 yards, and he got up right away and just smacked his head and just kept going. And he was usually one of our tougher linebackers because he was a senior at the time. 2 weeks later, we played a different school. 2 minutes right before halftime, he started acting kind of weird. Like they had scored a 2-point conversion on us, so I talked to him like, oh, it's okay, like we'll get him next time, you know. And he didn't really say much. He was like, oh, like just kind of humming. Right after I said that, we were walking off the field, and he was right behind me with a couple of his senior friends. I can hear him like, Ramon, Ramon. So I turn around and I see him face down with his face mask digging in the grass, and I see his friends grabbing him by the shoulder pads, kind of shaking him to get him to stand up, but he wasn't being any type of response. You could hear the paramedics and the coach yelling, Ramon, Ramon. Our coach comes back to tell us that Ramon had suffered a concussion weeks prior to that game. With playing, like, just keep hitting his head, just made his brain swell up to a point where it just caused him to pass out pretty much. That same night, they took him into emergency surgery, and they had to fly him out to Seattle, and they had to like cut his whole head open. We had 22 before that game, and after that week, I think we lost like 9 players because they just decided not to risk it. After that season, I moved here, and obviously it's a bigger school. I knew they were going to be a lot bigger than how they were down in 1B, and so I was kind of intimidated because, like, I didn't want that to happen to me. Because, like, he was a tough guy, you know. By the time I moved here, he was still in the hospital, so he was in the hospital for like 2-3 months in intensive care. They weren't really sure if he was going to make it or not, and so I kind of had I know I moved, but the problem was still with me. I know I'm a little undersized, like I may not be the tallest, or I might not be the heaviest, and like having a 200-pound guy coming at me, you know, the smallest little mistake can just knock me out for months. At first, I couldn't really play a game without having to think about it because, you know, just putting on a helmet just kind of felt wrong. The last time I had to put on a helmet is I had a friend in the hospital because of a football-related incident, you know. They would always tell us, if you play scared, you're going to get hurt. At the end of last season, I kind of figured, like, all right, like, I need to start picking it up. Like, I need to improve to the point where I'm confident in my abilities. And so, like, this year, I'm, like, dedicated to it. Like, I'm kind of just letting go. I'm just trying to, like, pick up my weight, trying to play smarter, try to find ways to bring down bigger guys, not hit them head to head, and just avoid dangerous situations. I'm Jose Carrillo. I'm a running back and wide receiver for the Royal City Knights, and I quit fear.